everyone, it's Maddie with Spectrum Art. Let me turn on another light here and see if we can, we have a lot of glare. I apologize for that. But let's get some light on here. It's very dark today. We're actually having a gray day here in Florida, so, but I like those days, so I'm okay with that. Wanted to share with you this book that I created. And it's a pretty funny story the way that it all started, because I actually purchased a D-stash. And it was a mixed lot, and in that mixed lot it included one of these, and it's a Heidi swap. It says 1, and it shows like a little sprayer thing, and so it came with this one zigzag jagged piece and then one rectangular one, and it shows what to do, but other than that I didn't really. It just says make pretty stuff, and there you go. So I assumed it was some kind of an album cover, and so that's what I went with. So it all started with that album cover and trying to figure out what to do with it, because you know we want to be creative and use what we have. And so this is what I came up with. Now I want to go ahead and start by saying that the leaves, the cover, this whole like leafy thing was actually inspired by, and I do not know if I'm going to say this right, I think it's Joggles, Joggles, I believe, is the YouTube channel. That morning I was sitting there talking to some of our crafty friends, and I was saying, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm going to do something. And that was at night. The very next morning, this video popped on my feed, and it had like these fall things, and I'm like, oh, that's so perfect, because I had actually created some fall tags that I wanted to go ahead and use, and I was thinking that I was going to either do them individually by piece by piece and just decorate them. But then when I saw that book and I got this, I was like, bingo, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create some kind of a journal. So that's where the leaves came from. So I'll start by explaining that side of things, and then we'll get into the inside. So the first thing I did was I went ahead and looked up free images online and printed out, obviously too many, on a Word document, leaves. And then I went ahead and scanned this into my brother Scan and Cut. And some of them did not come through. I think, where's the original? I think this was the original. Yes, I think it was this leaf that did. No, it was this one, because you can see where I actually kind of traced it with a marker on both of these. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 leaves, and then all I did was resize them and print them on the same page. This one, for whatever reason, this design did not feel like being picked up by the Brother Scan and Cut. So my trick is that I go over it with a black marker to make it pop out. But I always first scan the black and white, and that's another one of my tricks, to make sure that it is all seen. Because once you color it, especially if you start going outside the lines, which I did because I watercolored, then it becomes harder, I think, for it when it scans to be able to see them. So I printed these, and then I went through and I hand watercolored every single leaf. And when I was done, and I did 2 sets of these, and I still have some left over, obviously. And this is what they look like once I ran them through the Brother Scan and Cut and had them cut. So I still have quite a few left over, but they turned out so very, very cute, very colorful, lots of color pop, as you can see. So this is what I ended up with. Okay, once that was done, then I got to designing the front cover. So using this thing and using these, I went ahead and sprayed the back, and then did some stamping, added some of the beads. We can see that those are actually micro beads, and some buttons and some flowers, and a nice big glittery sticker that says count your blessings. And then I created my very first chunky tassel, at least that's what I'm calling it. But it's just a lot of different fibers with some bling, and I actually used a soda pop, or not, I'm sorry, soda pops are a little bit smaller, but a, no, the vegetable cans tab to actually put it on there, because you guys know me, I love being frugal and recycling, and it just gives it that extra personal touch too. So I created the tassel and then put some buttons, like I said, and stamped some, and then distressed some of the edges in front and back. And there's the back. And then attached some rings to it. I started with these, and then I thought, I'll go bigger in case it gets chunkier, but no, it actually worked out. I ended up changing them back to the smaller ones because I love how the silver plays off the silver here and the silver here, so it kind of, and this little bling here. So it's got like that silver theme going through. So this was the front cover, which is so whimsical and so very colorful. So it's still very fall colors, but it's not those fall autumn colors that are kind of dull and dreary. It's got some really nice, beautiful pops of color on there. So that's that. Then on the inside, I alternated between tags and no tags, and I'll show you in a second. But I do want to share with you these. These are, I've created 2 tags that were embellished, so I went ahead and you know, worked on 2 of them. The rest I left blank so that they can be mounted with pictures or quotes or anything that's desired, or given away if they want to pull them out individually and just keep the journal. But these were a lot of fun. These are actually, excuse me, I'm getting over a cough. These were actually images that I purchased from Etsy, and it included hand-drawn watercolor images, whether you believe it or not. Like these, each kernel and stuff was actually water or hand colored in, which is amazing. But the images was amazing. These are actually, this one I don't know if you can see, I actually went ahead and I embossed to give it like a really nice, you know, hard placard feeling to it. But aren't they lovely? And I'll link that below as well, to make sure you guys can get a hold of those images, because they were really reasonable for not being, you know, computer, whatever they're called, generated, or you know what I'm saying. By being hand-drawn and watercolor, they were amazing. Like, look at the details on the leaves and whatnot. So that is one of the first tags, and they're double-sided. So, and the papers that you're gonna see throughout are basically mix and match of various paper pads. Madison actually went through and picked out colors that she thought would match the purples and the oranges and the greens, basically all the colors you see here on the leaves. And so that's what she went ahead and picked out. So what I said was each page we kind of alternated. So tag, you know, and then no tag. These pages here on this side are actually messy paper, and they were created using recycled book pages. Again, we love recycling. And yes, sometimes it's a little bit more work to do all of this than just to stick a piece of, you know, store-bought fabric paper, scrapbook paper. But honestly, it does make a huge difference when it's something that's one of a kind, unique. These, again, were book pages, and then we went ahead and using, the same colors. And actually, I saved them so I can show you the colors that we kind of use, so you can get an idea if you're trying to recreate something like this. We've got pretty pink, orange, Kelly green, watermelon, some velvet teal, watch me drop all these, pansy, and just a plain white. So these were the colors that were used, and I'll leave them like this side in case you guys want to look at any of those that we used to go ahead and create these messy papers, as well as these were watercolors though, but these to make these. And then we went ahead and used a white to soften it up some, so it can be journaled on, so that the writing in the background is not prominent, and therefore you can't really write on it. So you can totally journal on these pages. So now we have, of course, again, one with a tag, and again we have that beautiful paper and then the tag here, and the tag is double-sided. And these were actually mounted on chipboard, and then also scrapbook paper, so they're really, really thick, so they're really nice and sturdy. And then we created that little pocket there. And then this one, since this one's got a tag, this one's got no tag, so it's nice and clear and open for writing. And then this one's got a tag again, and that orange is picked up so well on there, and it's double-sided. And this one's got some foil on it, on the leaves. Very pretty, very fallish. Then no tag. I love that purple, very deep. And then tag, and again we got this one here now. That's really pretty too. And you can see some of that purple popping out in there too. And then no tag, plenty of journaling, and then tag again. And this one also is another one with that foil, and it picks up the oranges and the greens from here and also from here. And then this side, it's got beautiful designs as well. And then our final page, of course, is tag. And once again, used those beautiful images. So there's one, it says thankful. And the cool thing about this set is that it came with the images already colored. So these were colored in, but it also gives you the black and white so you can color them, you know, any which way you like. And of course, I've already shown you the back. So this is our fall little journal that we made, trying to make the most of some of the stuff that we got from Madi Stash, and then some inspiration from other YouTubers, and then some pretty Etsy pieces that we found, some ephemera and images that we found, and a mismatch of papers. So we hope that you have enjoyed it. We hope that you like it. We hope that it's inspired you to create something. And remember, use what you got, because that's what it's all about. That's what makes pieces truly, truly unique, is utilizing what you have. And everyone can create at any level. You guys know that. We're always sharing that with you, that we all start somewhere, and this is kind of a pretty small book, so it's not something overwhelming. Actually, let's see, how big is this? This is actually about 4, maybe 4.5, no, 4.25 by 8.25. So it's not humongous, it's not too small, it's big enough for pictures and journaling. And you can recreate this. You can totally recreate this out of cereal boxes, because it's, you know, this is a chipboard piece, yes, and it's kind of, this one's a pretty chunky, thick one, but you can totally recreate that by gluing several pieces together, and then cutting any shape you want, whether it's these little peaks, you know, the jagged edges, or you can maybe even do a scroll or a swirl, or, you know, whatever it is that works for you guys. But we hope that you definitely try it, and we hope you definitely have enjoyed it, and that you have a fantastically blessed Thanksgiving. We are thankful for all of you. We're thankful for you know, this platform to be able to share with you guys, and all the tools that we've been blessed with to be able to create as well. So hope to see you guys soon. Thank you so much for stopping in. Bye.